Hi, welcome to the first video in a series where I discuss the movies that have affected my life in some way. My goal is to go in chronological order of when I first saw the films. And since it's October, and since the first two happen to be horror movies, I thought I would get started. A bit of backstory first. One of my mother's favorite films was Young Frankenstein, and her and my brother saw it multiple times when he was little. There was like a cheap cinema nearby that kept showing it. So, cut to me being 3 years old, this early 1982, and she and my brother hear about a new film called An American Werewolf in London. And people were saying it was a horror comedy. And so they thought, oh, it'll be like a werewolf version of Young Frankenstein. So they took me to the theater with them to see An American Werewolf in London. If any of you are familiar with that film, I don't think I have to tell you, it is nothing like Young Frankenstein. First of all, Young Frankenstein's in black and white, which I would have been very grateful for this one. I remember this distinctly. My mom was wearing a brown shawl because she used to get chilly in the movies. And I think I spent maybe 80% of the film hiding under that shawl. My mom tapped me on the shoulder at one point and said, "Oh, look, honey, a deer." And so I look up just in time to see a deer get completely eviscerated on screen. So that memory stuck with me for a while. I had nightmares for quite some time, and I avoided the film like the plague. And in recent years, I actually rewatched it and really did enjoy it. And it is genuinely funny. It's horrifying. Honestly, the one that still bothers me to this day is when he's in the London Underground. David Kessler, as the wolf, is stalking this man in the subway station, and you just see his horrified face, but you don't really see what he's seeing yet. And then there's an above shot of the wolf coming in. I honestly think the way the wolf moves is what was such nightmare fuel when I was a kid, because the shoulder blades would move, like, oh, it was so scary. And also the howl. The howl is a blend of like a wolf howl and a human scream. And it is just absolutely terrifying. The second film that I saw when I was way too young is Jaws. Arguably also a horror film. I consider it more of a thriller, but a lot of people consider it basically a slasher where the shark is the killer. I saw it at my grandmother's house. Her husband was watching it, and of course, curious little me sat down. And I was terrified for the rest of my vacation anytime we were near water, even swimming pools. And that lasted for years. Whenever I would go into a pool, I would always check for sharks. And I mean, there's no feasible way a shark could be in a swimming pool. But logic and fear don't always, meet up. I think I was embarrassingly grown before I stopped fearing sharks in a swimming pool. When I was a kid, even though I was terrified, I still sought out the sequels. I even loved part three because of the dolphins. I was really into dolphins at that age. I honestly think every Generation X girl wanted to be a marine biologist at some point. And I think it was the Christian Reese Lasson and Lisa Frank folders that we had in school. And we all got obsessed with dolphins, and it was just a thing. Then I found out that marine biologists have to kind of swim with sharks as part of their education. And I was like, nope, not doing that. So as I got older and the fear subsided, I rewatched Jaws with a different eye, and it is just a fantastic film. The scene where they're talking about their scars and Quint talks about the Indianapolis and everything, that is just incredibly done. Based on the Spielberg films I've seen, I would say he is really good at making his characters feel like people. They are relatable, they're flawed, they speak in a more natural way, it doesn't feel scripted. And that's one of his strengths, I think. So basically, both of the films that traumatized me as a child are now favorites of mine. So things change. So thanks for traveling down memory lane with me today. I will see you next time. Take care and don't forget to subscribe.